The other option is when the person to be arrested is actually an alien, in which case there's no need to go through the extrajudicial process. It's only a deportation process which does not involve a court proceedings.
So ang
Thank you, Your Honor.
sinasabi po ninyo, dalawa lang pagkakataon na pwede mag-surrender. Kung yung mismong akusado at arestado ang nagsusumite sa pamahalaan, yun, pwede yun.
Yes po.
Kusa niya yun.
Yes.
Ikalawa, kapag banyaga.
Yes po.
Hindi naman Pilipino.
Yes po.
Deport, executive action yun.
Yes po.
Mabilis, walang kailangan na korte ko.
Ito ang wow trending. Parang binaon sa lupa sa kahihiyan si General Torre, Boying at John B. Cremulya sa paliwanag ni Attorney Alexis Medina sa iligal na pag-aresto kay former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte at ang agarang paghatid nito sa The Hague, Netherlands. Ayon pa nga kay Attorney Alexis na pwede namang ganun nga ang gawin sa isang akusado pero depende kung ito ba ay isang Pilipino o isang dayuhan. Kapag ito ay isang Pilipino, kailangan mo na nitong dumaan sa korte ng Pilipinas. At kung ito naman ay isang banyaga, pwede itong i-deport kaagad palabas ng bansa. Sa kaso ni former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, maraming hindi sinunod na proseso ang pamahalaan. Noong nalaman nga ni Tatay Digong na meron na daw siyang warrant galing sa ICC, inagahan daw nitong umuwi sa Pilipinas sa pag-aakalang dadalhin muna siya sa korte. Pero ang ginawa ni General Torre, minadali itong isakay sa eroplano papuntang The Hague, Netherlands. Walang warrant of arrest mula sa isang korte ng Pilipinas. Ito ang sinabi ni Vice President Sara Duterte sa kanyang surprise appearance sa Senate hearing kanina. Sinabi ng pangalawang Pangulo Sara Duterte na ang pag-aresto kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte batay sa warrant ng ICC ay maituturing na extraordinary rendition. Isang Pilipino, isang dating Pangulo ang inaresto ng walang bisa ng warrant mula sa korte ng Pilipinas. Walang due process at walang anumang legal na batayan sa ilalim ng ating mga batas sa Pilipinas. Birada na mga netizen sa comment section, paano yan kasi puro na lang tauhan ni BBM ang hustisya sa Pilipinas dahil mga bayaran ang mga nakaupo sa pwesto. Ano na lang ang maaasahan ng taong bayan? Kung ganyan, paano ang bayan natin? Kung si BBM magtagal sa pwesto, sobrang mahal na ng mga bilihin, parang komunista na ang patakaran ni BBM. Tanginang yan, natapos na ang hearing, wala man lang na contempt sa kabila ng napakaraming nagsisinungaling. Kahit sa ating saligang batas, may nakasulat din na the Armed Forces of the Philippines is the protector of the Filipino people. Si former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte ay isang Pilipino. Bakit hinayaan nilang dalhin sa dayuhang bansa para litisin? Nakakahiya ang AFP, PNP. Bakit sila pumayag at sumunod sa maling utos? Nawalan na ba ang mga dignidad sa ating kasundaluhan? Maghubad na kayo ng uniforme nyo. Nakakahiya kayong Pilipino. Binibigay nyo, ibinibenta nyo sa ibang bansa.
Ang request lang dito, provisional arrest.
Kaya nga ho ginagamit po yung
Provisional
term.
pa lang?
Ginagamit pong term na provisional arrest in conjunction with extradition. Hindi po extradition ang ating pinagdaanan dito.
Okay, nais kong tawagin ang ating eksperto dito, si Professor Alexis Medina, na nagpapaliwanag na yung surrender ay naiiba sa extradition at maliwanag yon sa lahat. Kaya't I'd like to recognize Attorney Alexis Medina po. You've written extensively on the distinction and application of surrender versus extradition. Ano ang nangyari kay Presidente Duterte? Surrender ba yan or extradition?
Thank you for the invitation, Honorable Madam Chair. And good afternoon, everyone, the Cabinet Secretaries and distinguished members of the executive branch. Okay. Also, Senator Cayetano, good afternoon, Senator Bongo, Senator Jingo Estrada. Going back to the question, there was the proposition that the immediate surrender of the person arrested to the jurisdiction of a foreign government, or foreign state, or international tribunal can be undertaken without judicial proceedings under 9851, Section 17. I respect the opinion of our hardworking and brilliant Secretary of Justice. But nevertheless, I respectfully disagree. Surrender without judicial proceedings might amount to a violation of the liberty of abode that is guaranteed by Section 6 of the Bill of Rights. The liberty of abode cannot be impaired without a lawful order of the court. That's the text of the Constitution. Now, this constitutional protection is a barrier for any government action that would simply compel an individual to change his residence. So to compel a person, to expel a person from his country of residence without a lawful court order by excluding the judicial process might amount to a violation of the liberty of abode. Now, surrender as an option under Section 17 is applicable only in very narrow situations. One is when the person to be arrested has already voluntarily surrendered to the custody of the national government, in which case that negates the necessity of the extradition process. The other option is when the person to be arrested is actually an alien, in which case there's no need to go through the extrajudicial process. It's only a deportation process which does not involve a court proceedings. So in those two instances, surrender without court proceedings would be possible. Other than those proceedings, it would be very difficult to maintain that is sanctioned by the Constitution.
So ang
Thank you, Your Honor.
sinasabi po ninyo, dalawa lang pagkakataon na pwede mag-surrender. Kung yung mismong akusado at arestado ang nagsusumite sa pamahalaan, yun, pwede yun.
Yes po.
Kusa niya yun.
Yes.
Ikalawa, kapag banyaga.
Yes po.
Hindi naman Pilipino.
Yes po.
Deport, executive action yun.
Yes po.
Mabilis, walang kailangan na korte-korte.
Yes po.
So yun lang, wala na pong ibang exception, wala na pong ibang sitwasyon kung saan pwedeng surrender. Kasi pinagpipilitan na sinuko ang Pangulong Duterte ng pamahalaan sa Interpol. Yun ang pagkaintindi ko sa sinasabi kanina. Sinasabi ninyo, hindi po pwede yun. Dalawang pagkakataon lang ang po pwede isuko ang isang Pilipino. Yung isa pa nga, hindi sa Pilipino. Attorney Medina po.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I stand by my statement. There may be possibilities that surrender can happen in other situations, but certainly surrender of a person necessarily requires the lawful order of the court. And this requirement is consistent with the policy of the Constitution that whenever there's a deprivation of liberty, court intervention, judicial proceedings, judicial process is a requirement because the right to liberty is placed in an exalted status in our constitutional system. Hindi po pwedeng, the Constitution does not contemplate exclusion of the court process in depriving a person of his right to liberty.
Kung hindi pwedeng isuko ang isang Pilipino na hindi pumapayag, hindi naman voluntary, ang ibig mo sabihin, ang iba pang pagkakataon, extradition na.
Yes,
That's the only legal process to enforce surrender to the ICC. I-extradite na kapag Pilipino ka. Tama po ba?
I agree, Madam Chair. Thank you. And extradition is a judicial proceedings. Involves judicial proceedings po.
Okay.
May I
At
respond?
maliwanag din dito, maski yung Interpol mismo, sinasaad na kinakailangan provisional arrest, extradition to be applied for in conformity with national laws. Sinasabi nga sa ating konstitusyon, sa ating Korte Suprema lamang at sa mga iba't iba pang korte. Kasama pa ba yung korte sa ICC?
If I may comment, Your Honor, can I give the context for my statements?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. My apologies. I had to answer the question directly. I was invited on the basis of a post I made online, a legal opinion on the arrest of the former president. I'd like
And also
to...
your qualifications as an international
Yes, yes.
lawyer.
No, I'm a teacher of constitutional law. I taught at San Sebastian College, Recoletos, Manila, the Polytechnic University of Manila, and the New Era University. I also give lectures for bar review examiners. Okay. Well, when I posted a legal opinion on the arrest of the president, to my surprise, it gained public traction. And my objective in posting that is really for academic discourse, not for any legal or political advocacy. I'd like to make it clear to everyone in the room, I am not here as a partisan. Okay, I am not involved in any political activity. My views that I posted are from the detached perspective of an academic.
Full disclosure po, I've never met you before.
Yeah, opo.
I've only read you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you po. And to be honest po, 2016, I did not even vote for the former president. I was counsel for Grace Poe. Okay, so Senator Grace Poe. So my view that the arrest and detention and expulsion of the former president may have infringed several constitutional guarantees in favor of the former president. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Madam Chair.
Attorney Medina. I think Senator Cayetano has evinced his desire to
Well,
interpolate.
full disclosure then, I'm trying to be non-partisan. I ran as an independent last election, no political party. But I did vote for the president in 2016. No? So I saw the SOJ raising his hand. Would you like to give your comment now? Or I'm actually going to ask him questions on this. Then I'll ask the chair to give you time to rebut.
I would
or
like to hear your questions
Okay,
and answers.
thank you for that. So, sir, tayo ba nag-meet na rin ba tayo?
I don't think so, sir.
I don't think so. So, yeah. Yes, so. I don't mean to be rude, and I thank you for your, volunteering your opinion. Kasi nga, basically, there's so much confusion. So we're trying to get through the confusion, not only for today, but also for tomorrow, to make sure that we respect our constitution and everyone's right is protected. So my first question, do we, in this room, do we all agree that if there's conflict between international law and